Hey y'all, my name is Ashley Falco and I have been an Etsy seller since 2012, making 6 figures. I'm here today to give you 10 tips that you can become a profitable 6-figure Etsy seller yourself. First and foremost, you are now a business selling on Etsy, and that means that you have to know your profits and losses. If you don't know what you're making, you could be doing your business a disservice. You could be giving your stuff away for free. No one wants that. If you're not a numbers person, I just wanted you to know that I actually created a profits and losses worksheet that you can purchase, that all you have to do is put in how much you're selling your item and how much your item cost you to make, and it will tell you this really cool number that tells you what your profit margins are and how much money you're taking home. The second tip that I have for you is taking high quality pictures. Now, I know when people say that, you automatically think, oh my goodness, you need like a really fancy studio to create high quality product pictures. I'm here to tell you that you absolutely do not need that. You just need to make sure that your toes aren't in the pictures. We don't give feet pics away for free, y'all. I am serious. On that note, if you are selling things like t-shirts, don't take the t-shirt pictures on the ground. Bring them up, put them on your body, and you can be a model for your products. That's how you create high quality pictures. This next tip should be a given, but I'm gonna give it to you anyways, just so you remember it for later. Look, there are unruly customers out there all the time. I own my own cardstock company, and yes, unfortunately, I do have some unruly customers. However, the very one thing I will never do is go on any social media platform and talk about them. What you're saying to your other customers is that if they give you so much as one little headache, you are gonna run to social media and you're gonna out them. That is not a good experience for them, and it's not for you. Also on that note, if someone's asking you about your turnaround times, going on your social medias and saying, hey, look, if you're messaging me and I don't have time to get back to you, quit messaging me, it takes time. Guess what? Your customer is going to see that and go, well, you had enough time to go on Instagram. Why couldn't you just respond to my message? So let's just not talk about our customers in a mean light. The next thing I want to talk about is always using high quality items. Look, there's nothing worse than being a buyer yourself and you buy something only to realize that that seller used an item that was found in a low quality store. So for me as a seller, I always use the highest quality of any type of glue, cardstock, anything that I'm selling to ensure that my customers will come back to me time and time again because they know that I used high quality items that are built to last. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is how that time equals money. So in your own Etsy shop, what you want to do is be the most efficient in time. So how are you making your product? Can you be more efficient? So for me personally, I ran an Etsy shop since 2012, and it was all about party decoration items. And I used my Cricuts for it. What I would do in my shop is I would cut all my items, and then I would stack all my items and glue them. Then I would assemble, and then I would mail them. Sectioning off my time where I was just cutting and just gluing was making me stand in one spot, only doing that one task. Yes, does that sound kind of boring? It does. However, I was shaving off hours at a time for my day, and I would end up processing like 20 and 30 orders a day because I was sectioning off my time. The next thing I want to talk about is knowing your worth, which kind of goes into the whole profits and losses worksheet that I talked about. So knowing your worth, I'm sure you're a brand new Etsy seller. You are nervous about overcharging for your products. However, the last thing you want to do is give away your products for free. Your time is worth something. If you start charging your items at a low price, what happens is over time, your customers are always going to expect that low price. But if you kind of start in the middle, what that's saying to your customers is that you have high quality items and that you're a serious seller that wants to make some money. Now that gives you room to play in on giving discounts or potentially raising your prices, but at least you are always going to be profitable in making money for your time. Now, if you're trying to become a 6-figure seller on Etsy like myself, what you need to remember is that your Etsy shop is your job and business. You need to treat it that way. I'm a firm believer that if you put 100% effort into your Etsy shop, that you will reap all the benefits to that. Do not put your shop on vacation. You want to set hours and work those hours. If you don't have hours to fill processing orders in that time, fill it making new items. Which brings me to my next point, niche. So your niche, when you're first opening up your Etsy shop, I'm sure you're trying to do a modge podge of things. You're trying to do cups, shirts, cardstock items. You're not quite sure what it is that you want to make, and that's okay. But pretty soon after you open up your Etsy shop, what you want to do is hone in on what it is that you like to make the most. When you have figured that out, what you need to do is now start filling up your shop with all the items within that niche that you love making the most. The more items in that niche, the more times you're going to be able to be seen on Etsy, which is going to equate to more sales. You want to make sure that you always stay within your niche. Don't get bored in that. Keep putting items within that niche. So the last two tips that I have kind of go hand in hand together. First and foremost, I have been in business since 2012. I can count on my one hand how many of my friends and family have supported my Etsy shop or even my cardstock shop. Random strangers on the internet support me way more than my own personal friends and family. Do not be scared to talk about your shop. The only people that are gonna know that you're selling something is because you talked about it. So don't be shy and let's talk about our shop. The other thing too that I've found out a lot is that our customers want to see us making our product. They want to know that they are supporting a mom, a wife, a person that's just looking to make extra money. They want to see our hands making our items. So show that. Our social media is free to us. It costs nothing, but it can go so far as long as you just show up for yourself and your shop. I guarantee that you will start making some serious bucks on Etsy. All right, y'all, I sure hope that you find my 10 tips very useful, and I need to know which one step are you gonna start to incorporate inside your Etsy shop. I sure hope that you found this helpful. Give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.
Did you know that you don't have to have a design degree to start selling your designs on Etsy? If this information piques your interest, you're definitely going to want to stay till the very end of this video where I'm going to drop a little free tidbit of information that you're definitely going to want to know. If you are new to our channel, my name is Lauren and I'm a craft producer here at Makers Gonna Learn, where we really do love to bring you inspiration, education, and motivation. And most of the time it's concerning your Cricut machine, but we also love teaching you other crafty things, and we especially love teaching you how to make money with your crafts. With that being said, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can make money on Etsy with zero design skills. So, how can you make money with no design skill and a little cherry on top without actually having to create a physical product? I would love to tell you how. And that is going to be with digital products. So there are lots and lots of digital products that you can sell on Etsy. So let's go ahead and hop over, and I want to show you a couple different things that you can sell and how to create them in Etsy so that you can start making money. The first thing you want to start doing is think, what kind of digital product are you passionate about that you think you would want to create? So if you want to start out, you can just literally type in the word digital, and you can see we have digital planner, digital prints. So let's just type in invitation. And you can see there are invitation templates. You can do wedding invitations, just invitations. Now the cards, if you search invitation card, that's more or less going to be like a physical card, but let's just type invitation templates. And you can see there are so many different templates that people are selling on Etsy that you can actually recreate in Canva. So what I highly encourage you to do is look at some of these invitations or templates that you see on here. Find one that you really like, and then you can make it, get inspiration from it. Do not copy. We never want to copy someone else's work, but you can get inspiration from things that others are creating. But what you need to do once you have decided from Etsy what you may want to create, we're going to hop back over to Canva. Now, here is where we are going to start creating our digital file, whether it be an invitation, digital art, so many different things you can do. So first thing we're going to do is go to create a design. Now you are going to want to create your design based on the size that you are going to be selling. Now, there is a lot of things that go into this, especially if you're going to be selling templates. I'm not going to go into all of the details about it, but if you want to know all the details, once again, stick around to the end and I'm going to let you in on a little secret and something you're definitely going to want to sign up for if you want every single one of the details. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start out with our size. So most invitations are going to be a 5x7, or if you want to, you can just type in invitation. And you can see it gives you lots of different options. So you can do a square invitation, you can do a portrait, or you can do a landscape. I think today we're gonna go with portrait, so we're gonna do the 5x7. So we're going to select that, and that is the size that's going to pop up. Now, you can see over here, there are all kinds of templates that you can choose from. And the cool thing about it is you can even use these templates, change them up, make them your own, and you can use these templates as well as inspiration. So me personally, I'm really feeling the wildflower right now for some reason. I feel like it would be really cute. So like this one is absolutely stunning. I love this invitation, but I want to build it and really make it my own. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use this as inspiration, and I'm just gonna add a page here, and I'm gonna start building from the bottom up. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Elements, and I'm gonna type in wildflowers. And from my graphics, I'm going to choose the graphics that I want. I really like this corner piece, and I think I wanna put the corner piece here and possibly even duplicate it, and we will flip it horizontally and vertically, and then put another little section here in the top, and we can even bring it, I think I want to bring it closer together like this. I'm loving this so far. Another thing that I want to look for is a background, because I want there to be a very light background behind it. Something maybe similar to this, possibly, because if you look up here, our background has like a watercolor background. This is one you can choose if you want it or not. You can see here, I'm just gonna make it very large, and then we're just going to send it back. I still think it's a little bit more than I want. Maybe if we move this here, we can even change the transparency so it's not as noticeable. We'll move this back here. I think I am gonna bring the transparency down just a little bit. And one cool thing you can do, because we can't change the color of this watercolor in the background, but you can go to these little arrows on the right-hand side of your screen. And what we can do is we can go to adjust, and we can adjust the temperature. So you can see I adjusted the temperature down to blue. You can change the tint of it if you want it more of like a purpley color. And then I really like this violet, but I think it is too much. So maybe if I go back to the opacity and bringing it down a little bit more, you can play around with it, make it your own, go back and adjust, find what you like, what you want it to look like. Truly, the world is your oyster at this point. You can make it whatever you want. You can bring the contrast up or down. So many different things you can do. Come back, we'll change the opacity a little bit more. So many different things you can do to adjust. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to create a focal point in the middle, and that's where all of my information is going to be. Very much similar to this one. You can see we're using this as inspiration. We don't want to copy, we're just going to use it as an inspiration. So now I want to either have an oval or I want to have a square. So I'm just going to go back to Elements, and I'm going to go to Shapes, and I am going to grab a circle, but we're going to make it into an oval and see if we like this. I'm not a fan of the color, number one, but I do want to leave, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change it to white, and then I'm gonna change the opacity of it so that you can see the green coming through, the florals coming through, but it creates a barrier. You see there? I do love that, and you can even make it smaller or larger, whatever floats your boat. Beautiful. And now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna bump up the transparency just a little bit more. So now we are just going to add our text. So what you're gonna do, come over here to your text. Again, use this section here as inspiration. I love these fonts here. I don't like how they're set up, but what you could do, we'll just do, what I love to do is first of all ungroup. So now these are all ungrouped. I can move my ampersand down. I don't need this. I'm gonna bring this in. Once again, we're gonna change our text color. And then this does have an effect on it, and I'm going to take that effect off for just a minute. I just wanted to use this font to see what it looked like. And we will play around with the text colors. So now that we have gone through the whole process of getting all of the information on this invitation, this one specifically, I made it to be a bridal shower. This one was my example. So now what we're gonna do is delete it. And y'all, I highly suggest you take inspiration from the templates that you see on Canva. Even using those templates and editing them to where you make it your own is a great place to start. Using Etsy as a launch pad for your inspiration is a great way to do that as well. But as you all can see, I literally have no design degree. All I did was I started with my inspiration up here, kept referring back to it, playing around with things until I got the results that I wanted. And now I'm ready to put that as a template on our Etsy shop and start making money on it today. I mean, it really is as simple as that. No design skills necessary. Find inspiration around you. Find inspiration and take that and truly make it your own so that you can start making money on Etsy. Now, here is the secret that I wanted you to stick around for. Now, here is the secret that I have been wanting you to stay here and stick around for, because I truly think you're gonna love this. If you will click that link right down below, if you're ready to truly have a roadmap to help you learn how to generate income passively while you're doing other things that you enjoy, make sure you click that link down below, because I have a free roadmap for you that's going to help you start your passive earning journey. What we are really striving to do here at Makers Gonna Learn is help you create a side hustle, help you create and generate income on the side so that you have more time truly making a lifestyle, designing the lifestyle that you want. Whether that is spending more time with your children, spending more time with your family or your grandkids, spending more time traveling, having extra money to build a house or buy a car, so many different things. And we're gonna teach you how you can do that as a side hustle through that link down below. Make sure you click it. We're gonna give you a free roadmap on how to earn passively. Plus, you're gonna wanna stick around our channel because there is so much more coming up, but our first step is getting you that free passive earning roadmap down below. If you haven't already and you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time we get crafty. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one.
Have you ever wondered exactly why Etsy fees do not matter? And when you hear people talk about the fees, it's only because they're angry and they want to get off of Etsy and onto their own platform. Here's a big misconception that you do not hear when you hear of people leaving platforms like Etsy. The number one thing is that they're usually a very, very established business, meaning they have return customers that, in my opinion, when I'm reviewing and watching these videos, they're not giving themselves enough credit for building up that customer base. So for beginners and novice that are new to selling and don't have that customer base, they hear that and they're like, oh, I should get off Etsy because it's expensive. I should never get on Etsy in the first place because the fees are astronomical. And I should build on other platforms like Shopify or anything like that. But here's the deal. Here's what they are missing. And this is what I love to coach people on every single day in my programs and in person and on YouTube, emails, things like that. If I brought you a customer to your door and said, hey, I have Molly here and Molly wants a sweatshirt. She's willing to pay you and you're just go give Tanner a small commission, right? 15%. I've never had someone say, no, Tanner, like if you have me a customer, I would love to take it. I'm like, that's what Etsy's doing for you right now if you allow it. If you let them, they could be pairing you up with amazing buyers. Having an Etsy shop is very similar to having a craft fair that is open 24/7. I coach people very, very often and try to share why they should spend the time to work on their Etsy shop instead of going every weekend to craft fairs that they can't control, that they pay hundreds of dollars to attend, that you have to have a ton of merchandise to actually sell and invest, meaning you have to have a ton of money and inventory to even go. But with an Etsy shop, you don't have to. So here's the deal. I'm teaching a brand new masterclass for the first time ever. We have spent over the last 18 months testing, building, and growing Etsy shops. We know what is working right now with no social media following, how to get started with a brand new shop, and so much more. We recently had someone pay us over $40 for a sweatshirt. And when I saw that they paid $40 for this sweatshirt, that was the moment for me. That's when I realized Etsy fees do not matter. They simply do not matter because here's the deal. You're going to pay 20 cents to list an item. You're going to pay a 6.5% transaction fee. But what you do not realize, which I'm about to fill you in on, is that whether you are on a platform like Shopify or whether you're on a platform like Etsy, Etsy's bringing you the customer. Shopify isn't. Shopify and other platforms, you charge hundreds of dollars a month to just have a shop. But here's what a lot of people don't tell you. You have a doing business cost of 2.7 to 3% to just take credit cards. When you are swapping your card at any merchant, at the grocery store, at Costco, wherever you may be, someone is paying over 2% to manage that transaction. I pay 2.7% on every dollar that someone pays me on my own website, makersgonnalearn.com. But I think people forget about that when they just hear 6.5%, right? So here's what I want you to know. Etsy is charging transaction fees, possibly sometimes a startup fee. It depends on if they're in a promotion or not. A listing fee of 20 cents and that transaction fee of 6.5, pretty much. There's other fees, but they're very relative and they come and they go. But those are the main ones that you want to consider. That is the cost of entering their pool of sellers to connect with their pool of buyers. If you take the big corporation Etsy off the table and you replace it with a face like mine or just anyone else in general, you would probably feel a lot different about the value exchange, right? Because what I love about Etsy that I think a lot of people don't think about is that Etsy is doing the part most of us don't enjoy doing. Etsy is going out there, finding the buyers, and y'all, it's expensive to run ads. We spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on running ads to our own programs, offers, trainings, things like that. So as somebody who runs ads, if you're a beginner, I highly encourage you to enjoy someone else doing it for you. Now, what I also love to consider is the way you start isn't the way you're going to end. As you get out there, as you build up a client base, as you get aware of what it takes to market, sell, grow, you learn what people actually want to pay for and what they don't. This is just step one in your entrepreneur journey, right? This is an amazing opportunity to have a side hustle. Alicia in our office and here on the channel has been testing a ton for us at work that during our Makers Gonna Learn summer break, she went hard and launched her very own Etsy shop, selling some amazing files. And here's what happened. She had over 100 sales within 60 days, and she is just working to perfect her files, add more, and grow. Who knows, what could be possible for her once she adds some file bundles and things like that. I mean, she's already getting 4 to 5 consistent orders a day within 60 to 90 days. It's pretty incredible in such a short amount of time. If we looked at how many hours she's worked on it, she's been paid a really amazing hourly rate, and that is only going to continue to go up. So whether you want to make and sell your own crafts, whether you want to learn print on demand, or you want to sell your own digital files, we have been testing all of this. Every single one of these categories have been tested, and I'm teaching all of it at my brand new upcoming masterclass. I'm teaching it very, very soon. It's the 5 shifts to making your next or your first craft sale, and I don't want you to miss it. I highly encourage you to be there on the 15th at 8 p.m. of September and get registered for that night, because there's something super secret coming that you want to be the first to hear about. All right? Let me know what your questions are in the comments down below. I'll be making some follow-up videos and helping you guys understand more and more about what this looks like, where people get it wrong, and how you can get it right. I'll teach that first thing at the workshop. See you guys there.
If you're watching this video, you're probably searching for some quick and easy designs to sell in your Etsy, and y'all, I've got you covered. We're gonna be doing 10 no experience needed designs in under 10 minutes. I honestly love a good challenge, so I'm gonna put a timer up on the screen. We're gonna jump right into it. I've already got all the fonts that I need, as well as images if you want anything like that. If you're trying to fit like a certain aesthetic, go ahead and get all your things together, gather all your tools, get your Canva opened, log in, and we are going to be ready to go. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, we'll go ahead and start the timer now. So I'm using a 5,000 by 5,000 pixel image here. That's usually what I do all of my designs on. And we're gonna go ahead and start with our first design. Now, I like to make the background the color of what I would imagine the type of shirt or garment it would go on. So I'm really digging this like peachy beige color. We're gonna go ahead and add some text. Now, I want you guys to remember, these designs that you're selling do not have to be super intricate, okay? Like, it may seem like, oh, that took me like a total of 5 seconds to create, but people love the minimalist design ideas right now. So don't feel like you've got to overcomplicate your designs, because you truly do not. So I've got this Lil Sis shirt, which I think is so cute. We're gonna adjust the spacing here. Just bring it up. And I want to change the color of this font as well. Now, obviously, when you upload this to your digital design shop, you're not gonna want to save it with a background. So this will actually just be purple on a white background when people actually download it, but they should be able to put it on a beige shirt and it's still gonna look really nice. So I'm gonna actually change that to orange. Go over to our elements, and we're gonna add a simple little heart shape right down here. So cute. You can adjust the colors here as well. And we're all done. So now that you've got this exactly how you want, we're just gonna hit duplicate page, and you can actually just simply change this to Lil Bro. I'm going to capitalize this, space it out. And then you can keep the heart there if you want. This is totally up to you. You can even just simply go with Lil Bro just like this and you would be good to go. You can also do Big Sis and Big Bro. That would be 2 more designs that you can pop in here as well. So we've got 2 designs ready. For the next design, we are going to create a cute little pumpkin fall design. So I'm just gonna type in pumpkin. And you can even get more specific and type in like a watercolor pumpkin if you're really wanting a certain vibe. I love this one, so we're gonna use that. And then I'm gonna type in fall watercolor floral. I just love a watercolor situation. I think that it just looks so cute. And then we're just gonna add this in right here. I'm actually gonna flip it to this side. Okay. And then we're gonna add some text, and we can type in hello fall, or happy fall would be cute, or you know, something along those lines. And then we're gonna pick a pretty font for this. So it can be just a normal font like this. You could do a script, would be really pretty. Like I said, don't overthink it. And a lot of times if you are creating a digital file brand, you've already got fonts that you regularly use. So try to stick to the fonts that you love and you know well, that are gonna kind of fit the vibe of what you normally do. This Arabella is beautiful. I'm going to change the color of this though to more of an orange that matches our colors. And then we are going to curve our text. So I'm gonna go to our text effects and hit curve. Now, if you're just getting involved with Canva, we do have a whole course on how to easily design using Canva. It is our digital design for creatives course. I'm gonna actually put a link below for you all if you're interested in that. I think that would be a really great space for those of you who are wanting to learn how to design your own, because y'all, it's really not that hard. You just gotta get in there and learn the ins and outs of the software, and that's what we do in the course. So this is our 3rd design. We're gonna keep on going. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna do just a lavender color background, and we're gonna add a text box. This is gonna be one of those Sis shirts, but this is gonna be Big Sis, and the design's gonna be a little bit different. But like I said with the other ones, I really love these designs because you can do Little Sis, Big Sis, Little Bro, Big Bro, and you automatically get 4 designs out of one singular design. So it's really nice. And I think let's do this Groovy Moves font, and I'm gonna make it all caps, and let's change it to white. And then we're gonna go to text effects, and let's hollow this out. So it's just the outline, but I think it needs to be curved. So I don't like to do it 100% on a curve, but I do like to have some curve to it. Okay. And then we can add another text box that has the established date, which I think is also so cute. So if they're just about to have a baby brother or sister, you can put the year that they're going to be born. And then obviously we're going to go in here and change the font. Then we're going to change it to a white text. Okay, select it all, and we want to make sure that everything is aligned in the center. Good to go. Number 4. And then you can double click this and simply change that to bro. Easy as that. Okay, for our next design, we are going to go ahead and pick a background color. I'm really loving this mustard yellow, and I'm going to add a text box. Now this one we're going to do only child, and we're going to mark it out and write Big Brother on it. So we've got only child. I'm gonna pick a pretty legible font that way, because it's gonna have a line through it, so you want people to be able to read it easily. Okay, and I'm gonna change it to white. I'm gonna duplicate this, and we're gonna change it to Big Brother. I'm gonna change this to Manifest, this font. I just think it's gonna look better. And then we're gonna do a bold line through the middle. Super cute. Okay. And then obviously you can rinse and repeat and do a only child and big sister as well. Okay, the next design is going to be one that says in my big sis era. This is like super trendy right now because it kind of goes along with the Taylor Swift vibe. We're going to highlight, change this font to this really cute daisy patch font. We're going to bring these a little closer together. Just duplicating that, sending it to the back, and then we're gonna group it, shrink it, and then we're gonna add some stars. Okay. And then we're gonna do one more design. We're gonna do a smiley face. And then we're gonna add some text. We're gonna change that to all caps, shrink it down. And then we are going to actually curve this text around the smiley face. This would be very cute for a pocket tee, and then pop this on the back as well. It'd be so cute. Okay, we got 10 or more designs done today. So I showed you all some options that you can alternate with other things, such as the little sis, big sis, little bro, big bro. So you guys have so many options whenever you're creating these designs. And these are the ones that you can get listed so quick and that sell so easily on Etsy. If you all are wanting to get into opening your own Etsy shop, we have a really cool roadmap that we've created just especially for you called the Passive Earners Roadmap. We're gonna put a link below for you all, and you're gonna get access to something that's gonna guide you in the right path to getting started selling your digital design. So I hope you all love this video. I cannot wait to see what you all come up with, and hopefully I get to see you inside of Passive Earners. If you like this video, make sure to check this one out. I think you guys will love it just as much, and I will see you in the next one.